Part 13. His Wives and Children. The Prophet married 11 women in his lifetime. In chronological order they are as follows: Khadija bint Khuwaylid, Sauda bint Zam'a, Aisha bint Abi Bakr, Hafsa bint Umar, Zainab bint Khuzaimah, Salama bint Abi Umayyah, Hind, Juwayriyah bint al-Harith, Zainab bint Jash, Habiba bint Abi Sufyan, Maymuna bint al-Harith, and Safiya bint Huyai. The Prophet married Khadija at the age of 25 and remained in a monogamous relationship for 25 years. After the death of Khadija, the Prophet remarried and practiced polygyny for the remainder of his life, marrying for a variety of reasons. His wives varied in status, age, and previous marital experience. The Prophet's first child, Al-Qasim, was born before his prophethood. The Prophet's title was Abu al-Qasim, the father of Al-Qasim, as it was and is still tradition in Arab culture to be named in relation to one's firstborn child. He passed away at the age of 6 or 7. He then had Zainab, Ruqayya, Kulthum, Fatima, Abdullah, and Ibrahim. Some suggest that he had 2 more children, Al-Tahir and Al-Tayyib. However, it is more likely that they were 2 nicknames for Abdullah, both meaning the pure. Abdullah and Ibrahim died in their infancy. His 4 daughters lived until they reached maturity. However, 3 of them died in his lifetime, leaving only Fatima to outlive him. It is pertinent to highlight the unrelenting calamities and tests our Prophet faced. Humanity is unified in the notion that losing a child is the worst calamity that can befall a person. And we find the Prophet burying 6 out of his 7 children. This is after growing up as an orphan, with his mother, father, and grandfather all passing away in his own childhood. Allah is cementing his role as a prophet, because perseverance through trials breeds firmness in belief and tawakkul, reliance on Allah. The Prophet is therefore tested far more than the rest of humanity. Hardship softens the heart, just as heedlessness hardens it, because it forces us to turn to the only one who can relieve us. Upon the passing of his son Abdullah, the Prophet's enemy, Abu Jahl, ran through the streets of Mecca shouting,
"Muhammad's progeny is cut off! Muhammad's progeny is cut off!"
In Jahili culture, male offspring was of the most important aspects of social prestige. Not only did the Prophet have to mourn the death of his child, but he also bore his enemy's gleeful boast, adding salt to an already raw wound. Allah replied on his behalf,
"Indeed, we have granted you abundant goodness, so pray and sacrifice to your Lord alone. Only the one who hates you is truly cut off." Surah 108, verses 1-3.
Indeed, the Prophet's followers, through his ummah, amassed billions, each of whom sends peace and blessings upon him multiple times a day. Meanwhile, the likes of Abu Jahl, which literally translates as father of ignorance, is only ever spoken about negatively and will continue to be so until the end of time. Allah's promise is undoubtedly true, and he is sufficient as a defender.